episode of Get Up 10 podcast. I can't even believe that I'm recording another episode. Like, after I get one done, I feel such a sense of accomplishment that it's done. And then, like, next thing I know, it's Tuesday or like Monday night again. And I'm like, ooh, like, I'm supposed to put out a podcast because it is my commitment. So, today is not what I planned for it to be, but I think when you are doing things a certain type of way, let me just be honest, when you're doing things for your purpose, for the kingdom, like life really happens as you plan, but you gotta be willing to go with it. And so here I am. So today I originally planned to talk about the second part of how I found myself in an abusive relationship, but I wasn't feeling that today. Like, I definitely do want to talk about that because I want to shed some light on abuse and how it can manifest and all those type of things. You guys already know I talked about how I even got to that place in the first place, or found myself in that type of relationship in the first place, which I think is half the battle, which is just identifying, okay, like things have hit the fan. How did I get here? And just taking that responsibility for your life. Side note, if you see me moving my head a lot, like I have two different cameras on two different sides if you're watching me live right now. But anyways, yeah, so I talked about last week I talked about how I found myself in an abusive relationship, like the different relationships and feelings and emotions that got me to that place. And so then this week I was planning to talk about what it looked like inside of an abusive relationship for me. But that story is for another time. Today I actually want to talk about insecurity because I had I just had a weird day. Like, I felt very insecure today. I did not feel like I wanted to feel. I felt a little bit of a heaviness and I didn't like it, but I was aware of it and I tried my best to identify it. And it all started, well, no, actually, it didn't all start, but this is a part of it. So earlier today, I went live on Instagram really quickly to say something that has been on my heart, and I'm going to repeat that because I deleted it because I was insecure, but I want it out there, so I'm going to say it again. So earlier I went live on Instagram to say that once you decide what you want for your life, write it down. And when you write it down, that those words on paper, or maybe it's a picture on a vision board, however you choose to put down your vision, when you put it down, think of that as a contract from you to you with you. Like, once you decide what you want for your life, in every type of way, make sure that you're documenting it, not only for yourself, but for other people, because when other people see it, they can help you achieve it. But also, when you see it for yourself, it will serve, I have to say this so many types of ways. It will serve as a reminder and a guide. And so that way, when other opportunities, relationships, people, things come up, you can go back to your vision and ask, is this what I said that I wanted? And if it's not, don't settle. Don't change your mind. Like, once you put something on paper, as far as your vision goes, the only time that you should feel like you need to edit it is if you're going to improve it. If you're not about to make improvements, if you're not about to add something even better, leave it as is, because when you go back to your vision and you try to match it up to the opportunity that's in front of you, if those things don't match, there's a good chance that what's in front of you might be a counterfeit. And if you cannot be stopped, the next best thing is to be distracted. And I want you guys to avoid that mistake, because that's one that I have learned from, is just falling off and getting distracted. And like, I mean, God already makes room for my distractions and my shortcomings, but y'all, like, we don't have time to waste. So I went live on Instagram to say that, essentially, that once you decide what you want, don't settle. Like, that's such a big thing for me, because everything that settles is at the bottom. So anyways, I went live to say that, and then I felt good about it. Like, at first I was like, ooh, like I came off kind of strong, you know? But then I rewatched it and I'm like, no, like, it was actually just what it needed to be. And then I got in my feelings again, and I came back home and I rewatched the video, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like, look at my lips. They look crusty. And it's crazy because I definitely put lip gloss on before I went live. But I was just so caught up on how my lips looked because my lips get dry and I have a tendency to bite the skin off my lips, and it is what it is. I mean, I'm aware of it and I do try to find the right products to moisturize my lips, but life happens. My lips get dry. I don't know what to tell you. But I looked at this video of myself, and even though I mean, maybe somebody was looking at my lips, but nobody is about to come on and crucify me over my lips, you know? But I just let myself get so caught up on how I looked. And next thing I know, I went from hiding the video from my timeline to deleting the video off my timeline. And then I felt some type of way about that because when I like get on live or record a podcast, like I really do believe with all my heart that there's somebody who needs to hear that. Even if it's just one person, I don't know, but I just know that I need to speak out. And so when I took down that live video today, I felt like I failed. Like I felt like I let God down. And that is one of the biggest lies because God's love for me doesn't change based on my shortcomings or my flaws. Like, He loves me in spite of them. Like, He already knew when I put Ginger Fidget on this earth, she was gonna mess up. She was gonna, like, be disrespectful to her parents. She's gonna get into a relationship she has no business in. She is gonna get pregnant before she is married. Like, every single mistake that I made and will continue to make and will make tomorrow, like he has already accounted for and still said, I still want the best for you. Like I thought that I failed God because I deleted the video off Instagram. Like, how crazy does that even sound? But I felt that way because I was insecure. And I wanted to talk about insecurity today because insecurity is a very human thing. Like, we all have experienced insecurity in some way or form, and it has different ways of manifesting for sure, but I'm not even about to go into all that. I just wanted to question you guys, ask you guys, whatever, like, what are you attaching your security to? Because if you're insecure, that means that you're finding your security in something that isn't doing the job, that is failing you. And for example, like if I put my security in how I look, like Instagram is gonna eat me alive because I am not up on here with a fake butt and a what's the word for somebody's face when it's like my face is never beat, okay? I don't wear makeup. I don't lay my edges. I'm still learning that, trying to do that. Whatever. Like if I just put my security in my looks, like I would never do anything. I would never be good enough. And so many times we put our security in things that are going to fall short. And one of the things that helped me today to overcome my security was to reach out to other people that I trust, that I can be vulnerable with. And so I reached out to my prayer group of other women and I said, hey, I'm feeling insecure today. And like pretty immediately, people came around me and spoke life into me. And I even spoke to my brother today and I said, I'm feeling insecure today. And then he like mimicked E.T. the hip hop preacher. He was like, everybody wants to be a beast, and so it's time to do what beasts do. The hard work, the inner work. And I was like, okay, like but it's true, like everybody wants to be great, but you can only be but so great if your insides are crusty pretty much. So he was funny, but he was dead on. And so today I feel like was one of those days where I did the heart work, HEART. Had to think really hard on how I spelled heart because I didn't want to spell that wrong because it's only 5 letters. But yeah, today I took time to do the inside work, which is not easy. And the scripture that I thought about when I was like throwing this message together was Ephesians 6:20, which is from Paul, and he's in jail. But if you read before this, he just finished giving you guys the armor of God. But he ends it and he says, I am in chains now, still preaching this message as God's ambassador. So pray that I will keep on speaking boldly for him as I should. And that's the verse that I feel really fits with this topic and my life right now and today because he's like literally in prison, and sometimes we're in prisons that are not physical prisons but like prisons that we put ourselves in our mind, like mental prisons. Like I think we can all agree that we've put ourselves in prison before mentally. And he says, even though I'm in chains, I'm still preaching this message as God's ambassador. AKA, even though I may be working through some things, I may be held back in one area, I'm still taking care of business. I'm still doing what I gotta do. And so then he tells the people that he's writing to, pray for me so that I will keep on speaking boldly for him as I should. That last part really resonates with me because you should be about your father's business. Like, you should be working while you're waiting. You should be working on your purpose, walking in purpose, living a purposeful life, like making it happen. Like, you should be. Like, that last part is so gangster. Like, as I should. Like, as you should. And I kind of feel like that today. Like, I'm still working through my own crap. Like, I'm still doing damage control on my life, but that's not going to stop me from coming live and doing my podcast and being a good person, or I should say good person because I feel like that's so cliche, but like being a light. Um, yeah, like even though I'm still working through the own crap of my own life, I'm still doing the hard work. I'm still doing the things that I feel called to, as I should. And so, in the same way that Paul's asking for prayer, I guess I want to do the same thing and say, if you're watching this, if you listen to this and you think of me, pray for me. Sometimes you just need to say that. And not even because you're like struggling or going through your life's worst moments. Like, sometimes you just need that support because prayer works. I believe that. So, that's really all I had to say. It was a quick one, but a good one, I hope. So thanks for tuning in, and I can't wait to speak with you guys again next week.